transition, in the fast, it was revealed like, I have a bigger vision for you, but I need you to trust me, right? And so the more I jumped in, the more trust I was required of me, and I'm full fledged in now.
And so let's get into this. It's really really interesting. So by the way, I'm no stranger to fasting myself. I did a prolonged, no, I mean nothing compared to yours, but I did a 7-day spiritual fast at Gabriel Cousens's retreat in Southern Arizona several years ago with my wife, and that was super cool because that was no food and then no media or anything like that. It was I mean there was a social element to it because there was a whole group going through it, and we did some elements of meditation and exercise, but it was really recommended that we spend time in the quiet as well. But let's get into this fasting practice because first of all, there's so much confusion about what fasting is and what it does and how it can help. So many misconceptions that it's bad for you, etc. So just give us the very basic building blocks of like why you do this and what the benefits are and like what's included in a fast.
Absolutely. So I've never done a fast, just to be clear, that was no eating at all. I don't know how to do that part one. I'm not there yet. So the reason why I do fast is to turn off the outside noise in the world, because the world is loud. It's very loud. And when you're trying to do something that is not physically in your face and you don't know how to do it, it can be intimidating. And so the goal for me every time I fasted was to gain clarity on a specific thing that was part of the entrepreneurial journey, right? Like the calling, who I understood God needed me to be. I needed to gain clarity on that. And the best way I can gain clarity is to shut the world off to the best of my ability, and only give my attention to be aware and in the space and place to receive downloads. And so the benefits from that is understanding and hearing myself and my thoughts. The benefits is seeing where trauma and like the inner me was sending me to a different direction that I no longer wanted to be on. And then it revealed a lot of who I can become in the midst of during the fast. And so once the fast is done, it's now my responsibility to show up accordingly based on that amount of time that I was able to see myself, whether it was 3 days or 31 days.
And you're really doing this to tune into that inner voice or to find some clarity or to find some intuition. And just to clarify here, so you're saying you're fasting, which is changing the way that you're eating. So you're eating no meat. You're eating presumably not a lot of processed foods and stuff like that. You have some element of caloric restriction, right? So meaning you're not eating what you used to. But then on top of that, you're removing things like music, social media, TV, alcohol, sex, other interactions with people. So you're like really trying to narrow the amount of inputs or the amount of stimulation that you're getting so that you can tune this inner vessel, right, to be able to hear what you're trying to hear. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. I would say like purifying my thoughts so that I can sift out the negativity, sift out the insecurities, and fully tune into, is that what you really want? Is that how you should do it? Right? Like I can hear my own thoughts without the interruption and the energy transfer of others. So yeah, it was more like a plant-based fast, right? Like, and I followed the Daniels diet. When I'm eating, and hours of prayer, and I just kind of made it my own, as anything. When you're an entrepreneur, you kind of make up your own rules anyway. So I made it my own, with the focus of being able to receive a download at any moment during my fast.
Were you still working during the fast?
I was, but lightly working. Like the 31 days, of course, you still have to work. In life, you still have to work. But it was more like If I'm working and a prompting comes on, I allow that prompting to take dominance over the work.
Okay, got it. And